Hello people of YouTube, hope everyone is doing well. I thought I'd rock up and do another pickups video. It's been a few weeks since I did the last one, so a little, not loads of items, but a little pile has been building up, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity to go through them. And it was my birthday last week, so a few pressies in there as well, which is always nice. Wasn't a milestone, just a little notch, a little extra digit, probably in the wrong direction. So yeah, but before we look at the items, a quick couple of shout outs, but important shout outs. The first one is to all new subscribers. So in particularly the last couple of weeks, had quite a steady rise in subscribers. So thank you for coming on board, and also an equally big thank you to those that kind of stuck with the channel and kind of supported since the early days. The early days was only back in Feb, so thank you everyone, it's much appreciated. And then the other special thank you is to Mark, aka Geordie Slasher Gaming, and thank you Mark for pinging through. The guy's awesome. He sent through loads of toy related stuff, so some bits linked to some previous horror figures that I kind of showed off, some fantastic Star Wars bits, yeah, loads of bits in there. So thank you mate, really appreciate that. And without further ado, let's have a look at what we got. So first up, we've got some Game Boy games. We've always got Game Boy games in these pickups. If you watched any of the prior videos, I do like the old Game Boy. So this is Universal Soldier, and I believe with this one, they took Turrican 2, peed around with it a little bit, gave a bit of a rebrand, and then cheekily pumped it out to tie in with Universal Soldier. See the movie, I think it was Dolph Lundgren. Looked at some gameplay on YouTube because, like I say, I haven't got round to playing on this one yet, but it seems pretty good. The music, however, literally sounds a tad on the annoying side, so we'll see how I get on with that one. Next one is one of Lee, aka Nerdy Geezer's favourite shmups. So obviously Solar Striker. I had it back in the day. I know I definitely had it. I either lost it or perhaps more likely sold it on at some point. So it's nice to get this one back in the collection. There's like oodles of them on eBay and other sources, so the prices is pretty low, pretty reasonable. I guess back in the day it was very popular, so there's probably a whole horde, thousands, if not tens of thousands of carts kind of moving around. Next one, we're switching to some colour, so some Game Boy Color. It's a bit of it's pricier than the other games. I wouldn't say it's like majorly, it's not massively expensive, but certainly more expensive than the other two. This is Wendy Every Which Way, a bit of a platformer, quite a nice little platformer at that. The price does, fluctuates like mad on eBay, which I think is where my wife got this from for my birthday. Hopefully she scored a little bit on the lower part of the price scale, but it's kind of a bit cheeky. It's her money, not mine, but yeah, regardless, I hope she didn't pay over the odds for it. So good to get that one in and look forward to playing with that. Recently, developed, I've kind of had a further rock-on for the Street Fighter series. And back in the day, probably like a lot of people my age, spent an absolute fortune on the arcade. And then I think my folks probably spent a similar fortune getting Street Fighter 2 on the SNES. So it wasn't a cheap cart. And then I'll be honest, I didn't really keep tabs on the series after I kept up on Street Fighter 2 in the various championship editions and those bits, but I didn't get involved in Street Fighter 3, and I certainly didn't get involved in Street Fighter 4. So good to get this one in. So Ultra Street Fighter 4 looks pretty gorgeous in terms of the graphics. You've got like a crap ton of 44 unique fighters, so yeah, crap ton of characters. And I'll probably do what I always do. I'll revert back to good old Ken or Ryu for some Hadokens and some fantastic Dragon Punches. So I look forward to checking that one out. And then going back a version, pick this up for the Dreamcast. So Third Strike, Street Fighter 3. Chunky manual. It's either every language under the sun, or perhaps it's every move under the sun. So yeah, it's meant to be the bee's knees. Loads of you probably played it. I'm sure I'm probably the only person who hasn't. Not a cheap game to pick up, and the price seems to be steadily rising. But it's meant to be good. It's meant to be, ironically, a bit faster than Street Fighter 4, albeit it's got fewer moves. So looking forward to that. Sticking with the Dreamcast, and in my last, or one of my last pickups, I'm sure I went through, or I'd picked up Power Stone 1, like the original. This is obviously the sequel. Power Stone 2. So I can open it. So yeah, a bit more mayhem with this one, a bit more chaos. We've now gone up to, is it 4 players? Yeah, seems like a lot of weapons, blooming load of weapons and items. So should be some good fun. So that's, what's that? The game, done the Game Boy, the Game Boy Color, Dreamcast, Xbox, a couple of Saturn games. I've been trying to grow the Saturn collection a little bit. I don't have the money to go crazy, so probably going to explain it in a bit of a weird way, but I'm turning into a late night or an early morning eBay stalker to try and get some bargains, which I did with this one and the next game. So fairly reasonable, but again, they're probably pretty common. They're certainly not rare, fairly common titles. I had a copy of Duke Nukem back in the day on the PC. So yeah, fairly nice to play. And I've kind of, as I'm going through these, I'm sensing there's an underlying theme of ultra violence, and so something must be going on in my mind. But hey ho. So the next one, Hexen on the Sega Saturn again. I grabbed this one after reading a little while after I read the John Romero biography, and the guys at id with the other John. So hey, I haven't tried it yet. Had a sneak peek at the reviews and the old Tinternet, and it does get spat at a little bit. So but sod the reviews. I'll give it a go myself, and then I'll let you know what I think. So yeah, that'd be Hexen. And then we move on to something perhaps quite different. So as you would have seen in most of my videos, my backdrop is part of my mini kind of games corner, because it doubles up as an office. So you may have seen a lot of 3DS games. So I'm on a mission at the moment to get through the 3DS, and I'm on, according to whatever app I'm using, I think I'm a quarter of the way through, 25%. I think there's about 650 odd games to pick up. And so yeah, this one popped up. I'm kind of just trying to get every game. I'm not too fussed if it's special edition, limited edition, or just kind of normal, but this one was on there. Looked really blooming nice, so I grabbed it. So yeah, limited edition version. I'm not going to get it all out. You can kind of see through the front, but you get like the compass watch, you get a game card, and then you also get the game, which is all kind of nicely sealed, fairly well looked after. It has got a bit of I don't know if you can see it in the light, but it's got a little bit of a vertical mark there, but it's not the end of the world. So that's that. So that kind of completes the video games. But then in terms of other bits, there's 2 further things to go through. The first one, I'm going to move my camera. Apologies, probably picking up a bit of glare. Is the Batman game, and I had this back in the day. I've no idea where it ended up. Maybe chucked out at some stage, but yeah, got this for my birthday. I think off eBay. A bit rough around the edges, quite literally, but it's nice to get this game back. It's all complete. There's no kind of, there's a bit of a fancy die in there, but no kind of other like Batman figures or Joker figures. But yeah, you can play either kind of character. It's one against the other, and you need to get back to your base, which I think for the Joker is the Axis chemical factory, and obviously the Batman needs to get back to the Batcave, So yeah, quite a good one if your little vehicles are required to jump across those bits there. So as you can see, yeah, the Batwing or the copter, so the Joker's method of transport. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. And then finally, we sweep along with a poster for you. I did show a bit of daily. I showed a bit too much of daily in the last pickup video. So yeah, this is from CMVG Mag, Pit Fighter. So yeah, a nice poster, but I'll be honest, I could not stand the game itself. But I did. I mean, the big disclaimer is I only ever played it on the Specky, so it was kind of like a B colour, like black and yellow. It was pretty abysmal. So maybe the other versions were a bit, nicer on the eye, but the whole thing felt a little like, yeah, graphics over substance. Yeah, but quite a nice little poster. And that is it, guys. Cheers. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. As you would have seen, there's a mix of stuff, a few games, also a little toy, and a poster at the end. So I can't grumble. What the hell I'm going to do with all this stuff is always a bit of an unknown. I'm forever like reshuffling stuff in this room and downstairs and in cupboards and in the loft, which isn't the best of places because you obviously want to be able to show off this stuff. So it's always crop rotation going on. At the beginning of the video, I meant to show this off, but from my lovely, awesome wife, yeah, she kind of did some, don't know where she got it from, but some custom wrapping paper that is all logoed up with Retro Edge UK. So that made me giggle, made me chuckle. Cool. Right, guys. As always, I love you. I'll leave you. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks very much. Cheers.